Okay, today we're gonna show you how to replace the upper control arm, lower ball joint, inner and outer tie rod ends. Okay, just secure the truck first by press the parking brake, and then use the secure safety towers to block the wheels and make sure everything is secure. Okay, remember safety is first. I'm gonna show you just one side on the passenger side, the other side is the same, but it's a long video, so I'm just gonna show you to do it, how to replace those parts on the front side, passenger side. Okay, you just figure it out, the other side is the same. All right, keep in touch. We're gonna remove the tire first. Okay, remove the two bolts for the caliper bolts. Just like this, and then they're not really hard to remove them. Make sure don't drop or hang out the caliper by itself with a brake hose, because it's gonna break it. Okay, now we're gonna remove the brake pads, and then secure the caliper with a zip tag or anything that it won't, hang out by itself. Okay, so I'm gonna use a zip tag to tie the caliper to something here so it won't fall. There you go, just like this. The next, we're gonna remove the caliper bolts bracket. The caliper bolts bracket. Okay, that's gonna be the next step. You can remove the whole thing, but for me it's easier just doing this way. There you go. Caliper is secure. Okay, now we're gonna lubricate or use DW40 or penetrate lubricant to loose the bolt, the caliper braking bolt. And then once you do, you just make sure you're using a breaker bar or anything to loose these bolts, because they're pretty tight. Okay, so now we're gonna just remove the caliper, and then we're good to go. We're gonna do the next step, okay, which is gonna be the tie rod ends. Okay, now we're gonna just remove the bolt for the outer tie rod end, and then I'm gonna use this little press to knock it out. So we're gonna replace first the inner and outer tie rods, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's for 2011 Chevy Silverado. Alright, that's cool. So we lose the nut first. Use a breaker bar or something, a big tube, to you can lose the nut. This one right here, because it's very hard to lose it. I'm gonna put a tube, a big tube, and get help with my.
Ahí está. Qué chingón eres.
No, put a different way. And now it's loose, so put a mark right there where you wanna leave the nut, unless you wanna, if you're not gonna replace the inner tie rod. And in this video I'm gonna do both, so I don't have to put any mark. I'm just gonna
Qué pinche fuerte
count
estás
the
tú.
turns for the tie rod end, so when I use the other one, when I replace with a new one, I know how many turns I can put it back on or back in, so the alignment, it won't be too bad. Okay, I'm counting my turn right now, in total it will be 18 and a half. 18 and a half turns. So I know when I'm gonna replace the new one, I'm gonna count it 18 and a half to put it back in, okay? Make sure you count the turns. I wanna make sure nothing moves. In this case, I don't need to put the mark over there because I'm gonna replace it with a new one, inner and outer tie rod in. And then so I'm just gonna need to worry about how many turns I'm gonna put on my new tie rod in and tie rod out. Just like that. Like it says, 18 and a half, okay? It's pretty easy, it just takes time, you know? That's it. There you go.
18.
There you go. Okay. Now we had to remove the plastic cover from the inner tie rod. So just remove the clamp and replace it with a new one when you put it back on, okay? And now we're gonna do the other side. Once you remove the other clamp, remove the small one. Put some little bit of grease so you can remove it easier. Just like this. The reason I'm gonna replace the inner outer tie rod is because it's very loose. It's already had a lot of play. I'm gonna show you why in a minute. Just like that. Okay. So I'm gonna show you how to. Okay, this is the tool I'm gonna use to remove the inner tie rod in. And I just rented to at O'Reilly Auto Parts here in Louisville, Texas. And this is the instruction and everything with the adapters, and it's pretty easy. And this tool is very handy. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna show you why. Cause I use the I have another one that I bought on eBay, which it didn't work. It didn't have the right size. But this one is way better. Look at that. And then when I use the biggest one, which is the 40, number 40. Okay. All right, this is what I'm gonna use right now. Okay. In this case, because this is the OM part, it's still the original. You need to place the guide, the removable tool, first on that part over there, and then insert the tube after that, okay? Because normally when you put the new one, all you gotta do is do it like this. You place the guide right here, this is like a socket, just like this, and then you lock it. There you go. And then, you know, it's supposed to be, you just insert it all the way like that, but it won't reach until the big nut over there, so you had to do it separately. You had to place the nut over there first, and then the tube, and then remove it. Okay, I got it on. Use a big extension breaker bar too, because it's gonna be very hard. Okay, make sure someone is helping you to keep it straight, just like that. Yeah, see? Because it comes with this seal locker, that way it's very hard, okay? There you go, and now it's loose. Remove the tool. There you go. And remove the other part of the tool. Okay. Now we can remove the inner tie rod in, just like this. Okay. Pretty simple, pretty easy. This is the brand that we're using. It's supposed to be the best brand, and it comes with this sealer, thread sealer. That's the new one. That's the old one. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger, I think. Just like a little bit. It comes with a new nut and the thread sealer. Okay. You need to apply a little bit on the thread so when you put it, when it gets dry, it will lock. It will lock it and it won't remove with vibration. Okay. Okay. See how loose is this one? Like that. And look at this one. Can do it, okay? Let's put it back on, okay? There you go. Just remember to apply the thread sealer right here. It comes with the part. Just put a little bit on the threads, just like that, okay? And then we just place it to right there, so it's good. Now we're gonna place our tool to tighten it down. There you go. Do it by hand first, and then now place your big ratchet, half inch ratchet, and then do it hard as you can. And that's it, guys. Okay, just take it out, and you're good to go. Okay, now insert the two clamps, the one in the back and one in the front. The one in the back you need to replace it with a new one. It doesn't have to be the same. Just get a big clamp and then put the new one up front, just like this one. I recorded it the one when I put the other one in the back, but it's ready to go. Don't forget that, very important that you need to put install the two clamps, okay? One in the back and one in the front. This one I put it back on the nut and then the outer tie rod in, okay?
Guerrero.
Stay tuned. There you go. Now it's good. You can see.
Ahí está.
Okay, so now we're gonna put install the new outer tie rod in. Remember to install the greaser thing right here. Tie it out with the pliers with a little wrench, whatever is easy for you. Now we're gonna put the nut next. Just put all the way. If you took the measurements, you can just leave it where the measure says, or you just count the turns when you install the tie rod in, just like this. I kind of like 18 and a half, so they should be do like 18 and a half, okay? There you go. 18 and a half turns. There you go. That's 18 and a half. Now tie the nuts all the way to make sure to put just like that, tie it on so it won't lose. And then put it on the side because I'm gonna still replace the ball joints. Okay, next. Okay, remove the lower ball joint bolt by simply doing it like that. Just remove the lower ball joint bolt and the upper ball joint bolt as well. Okay, just like that. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. It's hot Texas, 100 degrees today. There you go. Okay, now the top. Yeah, just like that. Some of them are a little harder than the other ones, okay? I don't have my air tools today, so with air tool it will be faster, you know? Okay, entonces we're gonna just hit this part right here to get it loose, just like this, with this masso. Just a couple more hits and it will be good. There you go. Alright, now we're gonna just take it out, remove the lower ball joint just by hitting it like this. There you go, it's coming down. There you go, there you go. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Let me show you real closely. And there you go, okay? We're gonna use the new one compared with the new one. This we got the heavy duty one, which it looks the rubber is installed inside this thing, so you can see the rubber match outside just like the older one. Look, see, it's a little bit bigger, so it should be. O'Reilly says it's the more expensive. It's twice of this price of the regular one. Okay. So we're gonna install it using this setup like this. Yeah, and at the top on top right there with the ball joint press. Okay. And then this one is gonna go like that. Make sure you put the greaser fitting pointing to you, so you know you're gonna have access to put the grease every once in a while. Okay. So that's the red part. That's the greasy. The greaser. Okay, this is the setup that we have right now. Just like that. I'm gonna use my impact drill, the electric one. Make sure it's very level. Just like this. And let me show you how it's gonna go pretty easily going up. Just like that. You can use a wrench, but electric tools are always better. See, just like this. Let's do one more time. All the way to the top. There you go. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to install the clamp, the lock on top of the ball joint right there, just like that. Okay. All right. Don't forget to put the greaser fitting, the grease fitting. Okay, when you install them. So now I'm gonna remove the one on top, just like this. I should put this one first. You have to remove the upper control arm first, and then the bottom. Okay, I forgot. I just doing it right now, and I forgot totally. Now, when you this is the new still the factory arm control arm. So the upper ball joint won't come out because it's sealed to the upper control. So you have to replace it with the whole thing together. Okay. But with the new one, you can the upper ball joint is removable. Okay. Not in this style right now because it's coming from the factory. So you have to remove the whole part. Okay. Together with upper control and ball joint. Just like that. There you go. Okay, entonces, so we're gonna just make sure it's the same upper ball joint. As you can see, the new upper ball joint is a little bit thicker because it's a heavy duty one, and it has the removable ball joint. Okay, you guys align the bolts here with the upper control arm. And make sure when you put the screws and nuts and you tie it on, don't tie it all the way, just get it tight, and then for very proper adjustment you have to finish tie the bolts of the upper control arm with the tire when the tire is on. Okay, So you just put the tire back on when you have put everything together, and then go back behind the wheel, the tire, and then finish tying them, the nuts, okay? All right, and other than that, you're good to go. But remember, don't tie them all the way, not yet, because it's not gonna be level with the tire, okay? So it's gonna ruin your rubbers of the upper control. So yeah, put all the guides, and remember to put the nuts and everything and tied it up, but not too tight yet, okay? Until you have the tire on. You can do that with the tire on, okay? Because that's what I did. I didn't show in this video, but after I put everything back together, I went just behind the tire and tie all the bolts of the upper control arm, okay? Just be patient and you'll be good to go. And now we're putting everything back together, and don't forget to install all the parts back on, okay? All right, and then after that we're gonna put the rotors and everything else, okay? Stay in touch. Es que sabía que no van, cuando llevan el segurito.
Esta. Esta. Sí, usan esta. Una de estas. Pasa esta. Viene la agüita. ¿Y esta grasa de qué es?
¿Cuál? No, ese es para que le ponen. ¿Cuál venía ese?
No sé, aquí está.
Viene una roja que es para laquear las que no se aflojen las estas.
Los tornillos, ¿verdad?
Estaban
Estaban
flojos.
rojos. ¿Por dónde las quitas? Allá mi nombre. ¿Pero para qué? Pues que ya. Pero no sé por qué quitarlas. ¿Y la de no las calaste el fondo? No creo. No, pues nada. Yo lo que entiendo es que no tienen por qué quitarlas. Pues sí, si veía se lo quitaron las dos.
Ahí está. está. Ahora, ¿qué más sigue? ¿Ya es todo?
Todo.
A la madre, no se me para ni madre ahora.
Sí, ya ni se ve.
Ok. Échame, te queda todo para el otro lado esto, mira.
¿Está la rueda?
Sí.